Since we are into the new section, I'm going to create a new folder with the name section 9 inside my workspace location. Into this section 9, I'm going to copy the UI project from the section 8, followed by I'm going to get the backend code from the section 7 because inside the section 8, we have not made any backend changes. That's why there is no backend project inside the section 8. Let me go to section 7 and copy this easy store and paste inside the section 9. I'm going to open both this project inside Visual Studio Code and IntelliJ. Inside the UI code, let me open the index.css. This is the file where we have mentioned at import tailwind CSS. In the same file, we need to mention custom variant as well. Let me copy this entire line and paste it here. After making these changes, let me open the index.html. As of now, for the body, we're trying to set up a background of gray 100. But during the dark mode, we can't use this background. That's why for the dark mode, we need to set a different background. What I'm going to do is I'll try to create a couple of theme variables inside my index.css, one for a normal background color and the other one for dark mode background color. Here, let me paste a couple of lines of code. As you can see, I have created two theme variables with the name normal BZ and dark BZ. So BZ indicates background. In normal or light mode, I want to use this background, whereas for the dark mode, I want to use this background color. Let me leverage them inside my index.html. This time, I'll try to type bg-normal bg. This background will be applied during the light mode. But coming to the dark mode, I want to apply the other background color. That's why first I need to type dark followed by colon. After the colon, I can type bg-dark background. So with this, what is going to happen is inside my application, when the light mode is activated, this background color is going to be leveraged. Whereas in the dark mode, this particular background color is going to be applied. But switching between these two classes won't happen out of the box magically. We need to write some code. Let me go to the header component because as of now, inside the header component, we're trying to display various menu items like home, about, contact. So just before this home, I want to introduce a button. Using this button, my end user can toggle between light mode and dark mode. First, I'm going to import a couple of icons from the Font Awesome library. The icons are FA Sun, which I'm going to leverage during the light mode, followed by FA Moon, which will be displayed during the dark mode scenario. Let me go to the nav element that I have here. Just below this nav element, I'm going to create a button. And to this button, first let me apply some Tailwind CSS classes. As you can see, these are all the CSS classes that I want to apply. So this will be a flex with item center, justify center, margin X as 3, width as 8, height as 8, rounded, full with a border, and border color will be primary. In the case of dark mode, the same border primary will be replaced with border light. So if you go to the index.css, we have some theme variables with the name primary light. The same I'm trying to use here for these borders. And apart from these border, I'm also trying to use some transition effects with a duration of 300 milliseconds. And I'm also trying to apply some hover related logic as well. So during the normal light mode, when someone is trying to hover on this button, this background is going to be displayed. Whereas with the dark mode enabled, the background gray 600 is going to be applied. So these are simple Tailwind CSS classes. It is going to make more sense to you once you see the demo. To this button, we can also define some on-click event as well. We are going to do that in few minutes. But before that, let me mention area label as toggle theme. When someone hover on this button, they're going to see this text toggle theme. Inside this button, I want to display some icons. To display icons from the Font Awesome icon library, we need to use code like this. Let me copy this and paste it here. But here, instead of FA shopping basket, I want to display sun icon when the normal mode is activated and moon icon when the dark mode is activated. Inside these curly braces, I'm going to write some condition where I will check if the theme variable has content with the value as dark. I'm going to display FA moon. Otherwise, I'm going to display FA sun icon. And to this component, I'm also going to apply some CSS styling with the help of class name and mentioning these width 4, height 4. During the dark mode, the text will be light, whereas in the normal mode, the text will be primary. Before we try to start our application, we need to make sure we are defining a variable inside our header component with the name theme. Let me go to the top. Here, I can try to create a variable with the help of useState. So let me import this, followed by the default value I'm going to mention as light, because by default, I want the light theme to be applied inside my website. On the left-hand side, as you know, we need to catch two parameters. The very first one will be the variable name, which is theme, followed by set theme. Let me save these changes and try to start my web application with the command npm run dev, followed by I'll try to start my backend application as well. Inside my IntelliJ, I have opened the Easy Store backend application that we copied into the section 9. The same I'm trying to start. As of now, this application is using H2 database, but by the end of this section, we're going to migrate to the MySQL database. Inside the browser, if you try to access the web application, just before this home link, this time you will be able to see there is a button. If I try to hover on this, the background is also changing. But if you click on this button, nothing is going to happen because we are yet to develop the logic on what should happen if someone click on this button. Of course, we want to toggle the theme to the dark mode. That is what we are trying to achieve. As of now, the sun icon is being displayed because the light mode is activated. Let me define a click event for the button that I have created. Here, after the area label, I'm going to mention on click. On click, I want something to happen. That something logic we can try to define in some other function. Just before this useState variable, I'm going to create a new function with the name toggle theme. To this variable, I'm going to assign an arrow function which is not going to accept any input parameters. Inside this toggle theme function, I just want to invoke the set theme function that is exposed by this useState. To this set theme, I want to assign the new theme value. As of now, we are having the light. In the case of light theme, we want to toggle to dark theme, whereas if the current theme is dark, we want to switch to the light theme. This we can achieve by passing an arrow function to the set theme method. So here I'm trying to define my arrow function. Let me define a constant with the variable name as new theme. Before I decide what is the new theme value, first I need to check if the current theme variable is holding what value. If it is holding light as the value, then I want to assign dark as the value to the new theme. Otherwise, I will try to assign light as the new theme value. This will be my new theme. The same I'll try to return from this function so that it will eventually pass as an input to this set theme method. But instead of this logic, there is a better alternative as well. Whenever you are passing an arrow function to the set theme, by default, React library, it is going to give you the current state value as an input to this arrow function. Here, I'll try to accept the input with the variable name as previous theme. This previous theme will have the current theme value, which is light in this scenario. Using the same previous theme, I can try to check the condition and get rid of this unnecessary variable new theme. Let me remove the return statement as well. The output from this arrow function will be assigned to the set theme function. When I don't want to use the return statement, I need to make sure I'm mentioning parentheses instead of curly braces. Let me mention the same, and with that, my problem should get resolved. I need to also get rid of the semicolon. Once this toggle theme function is defined, we can go ahead and use it here for the onClick event. So whenever someone is clicking on this button, this toggle theme function is going to be executed, which is going to change the theme value by understanding the current theme. If the current theme is light, it is going to assign the new theme as dark, otherwise light. So let me save this and go to the browser. Here, if I click on this button, you'll be able to see the icon is changing. From sun, we are moving to the moon. That means the toggling of the theme is working fine. That's why we are able to see different icons. If you see here, for the icon, I have written logic saying that if the theme is dark, please display FA moon, otherwise please display FA sun. So this confirms the theme value is getting changed, but nothing is happening on the Tailwind CSS. We need to make one more small change to let Tailwind CSS to know about the current theme value. Let's do the same in the next lecture.